Hello everyone, welcome to my channel where we talk about the things we love like gaming, shows, and anime. After such a long time waiting, I finally brought it to you guys. Although I wasn't expecting to make a part 3 since 2 parts seem to be more than enough to show how many great what-ifs there are for Dragon Ball Z games. But it turns out that there are so many other great what-ifs to point out that I had to make a third one. So here it is for all my fellow Scorpions. But before we begin, I'd like to give a shout out to Chem Mortar, Funny Hilarious Studios, Jesus Arguello, if I said that right, Marvel and DC 379, and Little Man's Jordan. Now, let's begin. Number 10, Raddatz Revived. In Dragon Ball Z Harukanaru Densetsu, Raddatz is revived for one day and fights Gohan as Fortune Teller Babada's 5th fighter, while the boy was trying to locate the final Dragon Ball needed to resurrect his father. After this, while Goku is returning from his training with King Kai, Raddatz is seen as Princess Snake's palace and has formed a relationship with Princess Snake. This implies that Raddatz may have escaped from hell, as the princess's palace is on the Snake Way. Number 9, Tiancha. This is really cool because we never got to see Tien and Yamcha fuse. I mean, we only got Goku with Vegeta and Goten and Trunks. So I'm glad that here we got to play as this awesome fusion. I love that move called Dodo Kameha. It's a combination of the Kamehameha with the Dodonpa move. Very creative. This fusion was only included in the Budokai 2 game though. I gotta say, that's one good thing about that game. But why was this never used again? It's not like it failed or people complained about it. It's a great creative fusion. It better be included in the Dragon Ball Project Fusion game. Or I guess it won't matter since that game is only coming out in Japan. Thanks again, Japan. Oh, and there was no scenario given for this fusion, but in the Japanese version, it does have a scene where Goku sees the fusion performed and is surprised to see it. Number 8, Goten. This is not a fusion of Goku with Gohan. So this is another fusion that we got for the Budokai 2 game as well. And it's Goku fused with Mr. Satan. His English name is Gokul, but that means it combines the names Goku with Hercule, the censored name of Mr. Satan, so I'll go with the Japanese name, which is not censored. Goku with Mr. Satan creating Goten. This fusion was also included in the RPG games like Bakuretsu Impact, W Bakuretsu Impact, Dragon Battlers, and Dragon Ball Heroes. Number 7, Goku vs. Raddatz. In the game Dragon Ball Z Attack of the Saiyans, Goku is ordered by King Kai to stop Raddatz's soul from creating havoc in Yama's forest. There, Raddatz is busy smashing King Yama's tree and tries to eat the Ensenji, claiming that with the power of this fruit, he would surpass King Yama himself. Goku says that he has trained under King Kai and Raddatz did not train at all, making Raddatz curious about Goku's increased power. Thus, Goku together with Gregory and Bubbles battle Raddatz and win. Later, Raddatz's ghost tries to get the Spirit Crystal, an object kept by Montgomery in the Yama Forest, in order to obtain enough power to defeat King Yama and take over Hell, but he is stopped once again by Goku. Number 6, Yamcha's Resolve. During the 3 years the Z Fighters train to battle the androids, Vegeta lives at Capsule Corporation and spends some time with Bulma. Yamcha believes that Vegeta is trying to steal Bulma away from him and challenges him to a battle. If Yamcha wins, Vegeta must stay away from Bulma. Surprisingly, Yamcha wins, but is then challenged by featured Trunks, who tells him if Yamcha marries Bulma, then Trunks will not exist anymore. Yamcha does defeat him, and due to this, he believes himself to be the universe's strongest warrior, even though Trunks was not in his Super Saiyan form. And he thinks the girls will all fall in love with him because of his power. Trunks then knows history will not be altered as Yamcha was always a big playboy. Number 5, The Villain Saga. In the game Dragon Ball Z Extreme Butoden, the Villain Saga is a saga that has one of the greatest what-if storylines, and it actually utilizes every villain character in it. The story here is that Pilaf has summoned Shenron and he wishes to bring back all those who were defeated by Goku. So all those villains get brought back to life, and then he realizes that it might be pointless to have them all back if they can't match Goku's power anymore. So his second wish is to unlock all their potential for each villain. So this increases the crap out of most characters like Nappa and Raditz, especially Cell, because of all the cells from every warrior that Cell has. And this pretty much makes everyone put up a fight against all their opponents. The dialogue is actually great. I have to say that because the other sagas have boring dialogue, so you're always left with skipping them. So remember not to skip this one and pretty much just give it a chance. I would have put this closer to number 1, but the ending is very disappointing, but nonetheless, still an entertaining saga. Number 4, Vegeta goes Super Saiyan 3. Vegeta finally achieves Super Saiyan 3 and throws out a challenge to anyone else who has reached the form. Gotenks battles him first and is quickly defeated. Broly then appears, who had just achieved the form as well, but Vegeta also manages to defeat him. He then moves on to facing Goku in an ultimate battle between the two rivals. Eventually, Vegeta defeats Goku and is dubbed the strongest Super Saiyan 3. That is pretty impressive, considering the fact that if Broly turns Super Saiyan 3, pretty much all life would cease from existing. Number 3, Krillin the Hero. I can't describe much of what they say since it's only in Japanese text, but the animation clearly tells us what happens. This is by far the funniest what-if scenario of them all. So check this out. Instead of Krillin being blown up by Frieza, it is Goku who Frieza chooses to explode. And this angers Krillin, and he gets so angry that he does not become a Super Saiyan, but instead he grows hair. Yeah, leave your comments. And it actually gets better. The story continues with Krillin being a total badass and defeating the toughest opponents in the series. You gotta check this one out. Number 2, Android 18 and Videl. This is one of the coolest things to give the fan community what they've always wanted without saying it. We've all wanted to see Android 18 wearing something similar to Bulma's classic outfits. Same goes for Videl, I'm guessing, because here we got both their boyfriends, Gohan and Krillin, trying to do something with their girls. Yeah, I'm sorry to say this, but I have no idea what they said to the girls to get them into those outfits. It kills me to know. This is awesome. We only get perverts like Roshi making moves on the women, but here it's Krillin and Gohan? I want to hear what they said because by the looks of them, it worked. Number 1, Gogeta vs Vegeta. The fight we've all been waiting for has been answered in the game Dragon Ball Kai Ultimate Butoden. You can tell this has been a debate for the fans in Japan as well because, I mean, look at this cutscene. Look at the intensity of the moment they are about to fight. Now, you only get to play as Gogeta, so that means Gogeta wins, right? Well, at the very end, right at the moment Gogeta is about to unleash his strongest attack, that's when the fusion breaks. So it's a draw, unless Vegito decides to go to the Dark Vegeta side and kill them now that he's got the chance. But that's not gonna happen. So yeah, it's a draw. Just like in the Raging Blast 2 what-if scenario of Gogeta vs Vegito. You have one fusion with the downside being that you have a short amount of time to stay fused. Then you have the Potara fusion with the downside being that you stay fused forever. A pick your poison type of fusion if you think about it. Well, that's it for the top 10 list. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if so, put a thumbs up. And if there are any other videos you would love to request, please let me know in the comments. Also, if you want a shout out, a video request, or you want to ask me a question, I strongly recommend you post it on my Facebook page or Twitter. And if you want to see more of my videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out a lot. Plus, you'll be the first to watch the newest video as soon as it uploads. This is Score saying, have an awesome day.